Well, how's all my retail bulldogs doing today? Well, just let me make it real clear right here, right now. Absolutely nothing you see right here is sponsored. And anything you hear, aside from the sound of my voice, is not mine, except for my voice, me speaking. So, let me make it perfectly clear for you all today. These are what are called age restricted items. We've got our alcohol, we've got our cigarettes. They are age restricted items. So, since they're age restricted, you are required to provide ID. A retail bulldog is going to make sure that they protect themselves. And any company that sells any age restricted item, such as tobacco or alcohol, again, nothing here sponsored, is going to protect themselves. Why? Because they can get in big trouble. There are things called laws. They have to follow federal, state, city, county, and township laws, mandates, and ordinances. These are all age restricted items. So you have to provide ID. Failure to provide ID means no sale for any reason. And that doesn't mean you send in your little friend who does have their ID. Okay? You don't have your ID, there is no sale. There is absolutely no sale. You need to have your ID. These are not rights. These are privileges. No ID, no sale. You need to be, most places, at least 21. 21 for alcohol, most places 18 for tobacco. Some states it's different. Some states everything is 21. So, age restricted items, you need to have your ID. Don't send in your little friend because we're not going to sell it to you. Behind me are age restricted beverages. Now, like I said earlier, you need an ID. No ID, no sale. And it's generally just part of the state laws, but there are federal laws that do come into play. There's also county laws when it comes to sales hours, such as for items that are directly behind me. However, you still need ID. And that means an ID in good standing that is not voided, not a duplicate, and not expired. Now, yes, due to the pandemic, there has been some ID extensions. Make sure you're checking with your state to see if you qualify for an extension. Because if you don't, I'm not going to sell. Retail bulldogs are not going to sell. And I will be definitely sharing some fun stories I have had in my years of retail when it comes to age-restricted items that are not rights. They are privileges. Do not confuse the two. Keep being bulldogs.